Greg Hennis alongside Steve Silverio, and welcome back to the all-new Devon Nissan. Hey, Steve, how do we start our programs?
Just do the deal!
It's right here at 459 Lancaster Avenue, Route 30 right here in the heart of Devon. And, Steve, not only do we start it off that way, but we also started off by hitting the gong and getting it on. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to do just that. Steve, you said to me off camera, Greg, this is a September you're going to want to what?
Remember.
Why is that, Steve? Why are we going to want to remember September here at the all-new Devon Nissan?
Well, let me tell you, we just came off one of the biggest months. Again, I have to thank you and your crew for getting the word out there. And I want to tell you something. We had a huge August. We've been so busy the last few days coming off or last week, Labor Day, and that whole weekend, Greg, I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank the people who came in last month and purchased a brand new and pre-owned automobile. I'm going to tell you something. It's never been better. Everybody's enjoying the oil changes for life. For as long as you own that automobile, no matter what you purchase here at Devon Nissan, it's got to be a car, of course. For oil changes for life, you get the emissions.
Inspection?
State inspections, state and emissions, only in Pennsylvania, by the way. With all that, I'm going to tell you something. Why it's going to be a September to remember is you thought we did something last month.
I mean, you did a lot of amazing things last month. A lot of guys were saying there's no offers out there. Wasn't the case here, was it, Steve?
I'm telling you, I wrote so many checks with the $5,000 back. I was sitting there going, writing checks. No many people thank me for walking in and be able to walk out in a brand new or pre-owned vehicle. And on the new vehicles only, they were getting up to $5,000 cash back. And that's after paying off their car.
Hey!
Okay? People were so happy. So what we're going to have for September, I'm going to show you, tell you, you watch what comes up after this. I'm going to tell you, I've got some barn burners this month.
All right, Steve, before we get into that, I gotta talk a little bit about something with you, because a lot of people, and you've told this to me so many times, and your staff has mentioned it to me. Greg, we get so many people that come in the door, and in their mind, from the time they walk in the door, they feel that they are automatically disqualified because they've had a credit problem in the past. They've had a divorce. They've had a bankruptcy. They've had a foreclosure, a college loan, a slow pay, a no pay, a past medical bill. They're even upside down in their trade. Those people come here expecting not to get done. However, they show up here and they say, wow, they're doing it. They're getting me down the road. Steve, let's talk about that as we start off here today.
Well, that's where our wheelhouse is, and they absolutely know. Since we've been in Philadelphia for about 6 years now, we had on the Boulevard, on Roosevelt, where we got started, and now we've moved over to the main line, as you know, over here on Lancaster Avenue at Devon Nissan. And let me tell you something. It followed us from there to over here, and we're continuing. Getting people into what we like to refer to, as at least Alex does, financial freedom, which means
a lot of that going on.
I'm telling you, financial freedom, which means when you come in, we had one, again yesterday, we had somebody came in, was at a $680 a month payment on a car with, watch this one, a car with 158,000 miles. $680 a month.
That's rough.
That car wouldn't have lasted another 3 days. And they still had, watch this, 3 years at almost $700, which means they owed $16,000, $17,000 on a car worth absolutely zero.
Wow, that's a bad spot to be in.
We had to pay off the car. We paid off the automobile for him, and we put him in a brand new car, brand new automobile, okay? And they used their $5,000 cash back. They wanted to, which was a smart move to keep that payment down. They used that $5,000 to put down on the new car, and they walked out of here with a payment of $427. We almost cut the payment in half.
Wow, and they got out of that trade. Most importantly,
they got out of that, and they couldn't thank us enough.
That was a September to remember for them.
September to remember. It wasn't even September.
Steve, you said September to remember. Now, obviously, you know, if you've heard about credit amnesty and trade amnesty, stop hearing about it, get here, and take advantage of that. But, Steve, you said it's a September to remember. So let me take you up on your words here. Steve said it's a September to remember. So, Steve, make it a September to remember. Here we go.
Before we start, I just got to tell you, Folks, that is the first time in all the years I've been working with Greg that he's actually hit that gong. He's always had me to do it. And I thought maybe he was allergic to metal, or he didn't like the handle, or he didn't want to get any germs from me. You know what I mean? Me holding the handle all these years. And he took it. Okay. He's finally hit the gong. I got to tell you,
I'm pumped up. I'm ready.
I'm telling you, it's an omen this month. It's going to be so big this month. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge. I'm pumped now. Now I'm ready to go.
All right, Steve. So it's a September to remember. Why?
You want to start off with the biggest offer, or you want to start off with the baby offer?
You tell us.
All right, we're going to start off with the baby offer, okay? Baby offer is new Nissan Sentras, $159 a month, sign and drive.
$159 on a Sentra?
$159 on brand spanking new 2018 Sentras, sign and drive, $159 a month, which $159 a month, my cell phone bill is larger than that, and most of you people out there probably have a bigger cell phone bill than $159.
$159 sign and drive. Now, Steve, that's a baby offer? Really?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people would say, well, that must be a car with a handshaker in it. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. What's a handshaker?
Well, a handshaker back in my day when we used to talk about handshakers, and I think probably most of you people out here realize this, is a handshaker is a standard shift automobile with that third pedal.
Not here.
Who wants a handshaker in the city of Philadelphia? No. Nobody. Okay. Then you come in and they say, "Oh, that was the car with the standard shift. Oh, I can't drive that. What's the other one? Oh, the other one's $229." Nah. $159 automatic, power windows, power locks, SV, not an S, not a base model, an SV, which is the second from the very top of the Nissan Sentra. It's fully equipped, not stripped.
And sign and drive.
And sign and drive.
What does Steve say to that?
Just do the deal.
Now, that's a baby deal. That's a baby deal.
That's a small one.
And that's not, let me tell you something. That's nothing to sneeze at, Steve. Nothing to sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at. That's a small baby deal. Now, let's go to the next one. Watch this one.
It's the toddler.
This is going to be a toddler, okay? Now we're crawling around now with the 159. Now we're going to be able to we're going to get up, we're going to walk. It's going to be like this. We're going to have to hold on, but it's going to be a walk.
Is that after a Saturday when you had a lot of business? Is that how you walk out of here?
Yeah, about 1 o'clock in the morning. All right. So here we go with the toddler offer, okay? This one's going to be Rogue. Brand new 2018 Rogues. Rogue, I just found this out. I knew Rogue was the biggest seller in this market. But guess what?
What?
Rogue is the #1 selling SUV in all of the United States.
The Rogue is?
The Rogue's the #1 seller.
So not only is it the #1 selling for Nissan, it's the #1 in the country.
It's #1 in the country.
Wow.
#1 in the country out of all makes and models. That'd be Ford. That'd be Chevy. That'd be any you name it. Out of everybody, they're the #1 selling SUV. You got to think of it this way. Not only are they the least expensive as far as to purchase, not everybody in America is crazy. So I got to follow the lead here. That if everybody's buying this car's got to have something more than probably I even know, okay? So I say come in and try to experience it. And I'm going to tell you what the payment is on this car. Now, this is a sign and drive, okay?
Another sign and drive?
Another sign and drive. $229 per month. Sign and drive, sport utility.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Wow. So we've got the baby deal.
Yep.
The toddler deal.
That's a toddler deal.
Now, so that's $229 a month,
Yep.
sign and drive.
Yep.
Awesome deal. Yep. Awesome deal. Mm-hmm. But you said that's a toddler deal.
That's a toddler deal.
So that means there's more.
All right.
Steve, give it to me.
So now you go from crawling to walking like this, okay? So now you're walking and talking at the same time. That's this deal. This one goes up now. Now, guess what we've come back with? $5,000.
$5,000?
Bringing the $5,000 back.
So you're talking about $5,000 in rebates and discounts, up to $5,000 cash back.
Cash back.
Wow. That's on a brand new Nissan.
That's on a brand new Nissan.
Now, Steve, that $5,000, maybe some people have a situation where they owe a lot more on their trade than it's worth.
We just talked about it.
Yes. You can use it.
You can use that money to get yourself out of your trade.
What if you're in a situation where you need a little money down to get the payment where you need? Can you use that money for that?
You don't have a trade. You want to take the $5,000 and use it as cash down to get your payment down. That can drop your payment $100 a month.
Wow.
Some circumstances, at $30 per thousand on a equity purchase program for 3 years, that could drop your payment $150 a month.
Wow. So that $5,000 in rebates and incentives, the cash back, that is a big way to actually help folks get out of that trade, help them out, but also put them back on the road to financial freedom.
Or take the money and put it in your pocket.
Some people do that, don't they, Steve?
Let's face it, everybody's back to school now. You're into your second week of September. You're back to school. People might be short of cash coming off the summer, vacations. Everybody spends a little bit of money. And now we're gearing up for the next holiday coming up. You got Thanksgiving coming up, and then before you know, you'll be into Christmas. You got 3 or 4 months going on. That $5,000 come in very, very handy right now.
That'll fill up the old Christmas Club account real fast.
That'll fill up the Christmas Club. You're right.
Courtesy of Steve. Courtesy of Steve.
Courtesy of Steve, okay? Put everything under the tree. Don't say from Santa, from Steve, okay?
You're probably not going to come down the chimney, though. You're probably not going to do that.
I'm a little heavy in the hips. I don't want to get stuck.
Well, the way you were walking earlier, I don't think you could do it.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
So we've got the up to $5,000 off a brand new Nissan, which means up to $5,000 cash back to you. You can use that money for whatever you want, pay down some debt, roll it into the payment, lower the payment, whatever you want, save it for a rainy day. So we've got the Sentra at $159 a month, sign and drive. We've got the Rogue, $229 a month, sign and drive. And we've got the up to $5,000 cash back on a brand new Nissan. Excellent opportunities. But I have a feeling, since you said there were baby offers and now we're crawling and walking, there's got to be probably one more. So Steve, in your words, you like to say,
just do the deal. And
well, give us the deal. Give us the deal.
It's $10,000.
$10,000? Wait a minute.
And you can use that the same way you're going to use the 5.
Wait a minute. So
we have vehicles in stock for immediate delivery that you can give up to $10,000 in either discounts and rebates from Nissan. Discounts and rebates that total up to $10,000. And you can use that money the same way. You can put that money in your pocket.
Wow.
Imagine walking out with a $10,000 check.
My goodness.
You can buy another car with that.
There's no situation with that you can't get out of with trade amnesty. $10,000 to the good? I mean, come on.
Absolutely. I'm telling you what. Nissan is absolutely just taking the gloves off this month. And with our participation on what we're doing, we're taking the gloves off with them. We're running toe-to-toe with them. We're going to have this a September to remember. It's a September to remember. Sentra, $159, sign and drive. Rogue, $229, sign and drive. Up to $10,000 cash back. Credit amnesty, trade amnesty, large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile.
At the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
Now, let me just make sure I understand this correctly. We have a nice portion of vehicles that are available up to $5,000 cash back and rebates and incentives, things like that, combination of, right?
Absolutely.
We have another opportunity where you can get up to $10,000 off between rebates and incentives, up to cash back if you want it, off a brand new Nissan. That is incredible. Now, Steve, let me just add something to that. I know that right now there are other opportunities as well. Brand new Nissans are available with 0% financing. Is that correct, Steve? That's like driving for free.
You got 0% on most models. 0% on most models.
So that means you can come in here, and if the vehicle is X amount of dollars, that's what you're going to finance with 0% financing.
You take the price of the vehicle plus your tax, divide that by the amount of months at 0%, and that's what your payment is. That's how easy it is, no interest.
Now, Steve, we've all heard of Christmas in July, but this is like Christmas in September. I mean, think about it. $159 a month on the Sentra, sign and drive. Big. That's big.
Huge.
You got the Rogue, $229 a month, sign and drive. That's huge.
Huge.
Up to $10,000 off a brand new Nissan, and you could take it in cash back if you want. Steve, that in itself is a showstopper.
It's huge. It's huge. I'm telling you, we should this month have the biggest month in the history of this store, and I've been at this store now a year and a half. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be the biggest month we're ever going to have. And watch this. Last month we had, again, a record month. We took in a ton of automobiles, literally, in pounds too. We took in a lot of trades. I've got to get these trades out of here, okay? It's not like the new cars. You can floor plan the new cars. That's cash sitting out there. I want to turn all that metal into cash. So I'm going to have all these on my website, devonnissan.com. Just go to it. You'll see all my used car vehicle inventory. You'll see it priced. I mean, when I tell you price to sell, any vehicle that you pick out, you go to anybody else's website on that same exact vehicle, it'll be a $2,000 to $3,000 less on every used vehicle. And guess what? If you don't like it, you bring that in, you print a copy of that ad that's on my website for the price of it is, you bring it in, make me an offer. That car's going down the road. I'm getting rid of the cars. I'm going to turn all those vehicles into cash at the end of the month.
So wait a minute. It sounds to me like you really want to sell a lot of used cars in this September to remember, because you want people to go to the website, find the car they want, and then give you a reasonable offer, and you're going to put it down the road.
Hey, let me tell you something. I've got vehicles out there that originally sold for $43,000 new, and you can pick them up now 1 year pre-owned, $26,000, which means you've got $13,000, $14,000 off the original sticker price on the car. I'm telling you what, there's some big, big savings. It's a September to remember. Sentra 159, sign and drive. Rogue 229, sign and drive. Up to $10,000 cash back. Credit amnesty, trade amnesty, large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile.
At the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
There's one more part of this equation, Steve, you haven't touched on. There's so many things. I mean, talk about Santa Claus. My goodness. The final thing I want to ask you about this promotion, I think, is actually right behind us. Now, we have the gong. You hit it. I hit it. We like hitting the gong, okay? We'll hit it again just for the sake of it.
That's twice. All right. Hey. All right, Greg. All right.
Something else that's going to make people clap. We have one of these, Steve. Let me just scoot over here next to you. Tell us what the deal is on this and tell us how you can get it.
Well, these were such a big hit in the month of August. I've watched people that were lined up outside putting these TVs in the trunk. We had one person we sold a Sentra to, and they drove down the road. We had to give them a tie down. They had this popping out of the back of the trunk right now. It was the funniest thing in the world they ever seen. But these are 55-inch, 4K. That's 4K.
They've graduated.
They've graduated 4K, and they're smart TVs. And when I tell you they're smart TVs, I thought they had high school diploma. But after watching these TVs this month, it's really a college diploma.
Wow. Steve, I get the sense that people are just as excited about the TVs as they are the fabulous deals.
Well, let me tell you this. If you can walk out of here, let's just take the baby deal at $5,000. You walk out of here with a check for $5,000. You walk out of here with a TV that, and if you go to any one of the websites on the big TV makers here, or any one of the ones around town, I'm not going to name names, let them pay for their own advertising. But you go there, it's $2,800 for these TVs.
Easy, all day long.
Yeah, $2,800, $3,000, $3,500, depending. All right? I've seen these in stores for $5,000, and I do a little bit more than this. But these TVs can be expensive. You're getting this absolutely for purchasing a car. I'm not asking for additional money. Okay, in a lot of cases, people will work their deal out. They say, oh, by the way, where's my TV? Oh, yeah, let's get your TV to you, too. So it has nothing to do with the way we're doing anything. So you can get the $5,000, forget about the $10,000. Just the $5,000 alone, plus the TV worth up to $3,000. My God, it doesn't get any better.
It's a September to what?
It's a September to remember.
Now, Steve, let me just draw your attention. There's a guy on your staff that is known as the banker.
The banker.
And I suppose if he puts all these things into his calculator, he's probably going to say, this does not add up.
It doesn't add up.
So, Steve, who are we talking about when we say the banker?
We would be talking about Jonathan.
Jonathan, or we like to affectionately call Johnny the banker.
Johnny the banker.
Steve, hit that gong. Let's bring him on. Come on. All right, Johnny, so what does Steve like to say with his commercials?
Just do the deal.
All right, so you're a banker, right?
Yeah.
Bankers, what do they say about these offers? $159 a month, sign and drive on a Sentra. $229 a month on a Rogue, sign and drive. Up to $5,000 off, that means you can get the cash back. Baby deal.
Baby deal.
On a brand new Nissan, or if you want the big deal, up to $10,000 off between rebates and incentives, which means up to $10,000 cash back, 0% financing on some deals. Okay, you pick one you want the best, and when it's all said and done, you get the large 55-inch smart 4K TV included. How do you feel about that?
A banker would say it's impossible, but the great thing is here, it is possible.
Possible. You're exactly right. In fact, what just came to mind, he had somebody back, I think it was on Labor Day weekend, they wanted to be at like $175 a month with a car for mom, okay, and they wanted to be at $175. I'm just thinking now, I got a Sentra for $159. They were looking to buy a $8,000 car, which you know and I know, it's probably a 2007, 2008. How about a 2018 Sentra, fully equipped, not stripped, for mom for $159 a month?
Sign and drive.
Sign and drive for mom, all right? These are the kind of things that people come in looking for all the time. I want to be at under $200. The hardest thing in the world is go tell a dealer anywhere in town, I want to be at $150 to $200 a month. How do you get there? You don't. It's impossible to get there. You're going to have to buy a 8, 9, 10-year-old automobile, something that has 90,000 miles on it. These cars out here got 0 miles on them. Okay, they're brand spanking. When I say 0 miles, I might have 6 miles or 7 miles for a test drive. But they're $159 a month. I'm telling you, you don't beat it. You can't beat it.
So, Johnny, one of the things I know you love to talk about is people that have had credit problems in the past. I know from your banking background, you're fascinated when you first arrived here to the all-new Devon Nissan at 459 West Lancaster Avenue here in Devon. You were surprised at how so many people got down the road, whether they were, upside down in their trade or had weak credit, okay, or had credit problems in the past. You were fascinated because in the banking business, you just don't see these kind of loans getting done. But here at the all-new Devon Nissan, it was happening. Tell us why you can help the folks that are watching out there in South Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Delaware, in the Lehigh Valley. Tell them why they should call up the phone and say, hey, I want to see Johnny the banker. How can he help me?
Credit amnesty. It's that simple. We'll find a way to work with whatever credit you have, okay? And we will get you out of here in a vehicle. I've had people come from Wilmington. I've had people come from South Jersey. I've had people come from out in Lancaster, okay? And all because from our last infomercial we did, they saw it. They said, hey, what's going on with this? Credit amnesty? Can it really be done? People take the drive here because we can get it done. We don't just talk about it. We be about it, and that's the big thing, And we can talk the talk, we walk the walk. We'll find a way to make it happen.
Steve, he's in. He's in.
He's in. Let me tell you something, too. What I noticed this past weekend working a deal with Johnny, and I started because he's relatively new in the business, and I said to myself, I watched him and the customer interact, and he did a great job with these customers. I think I told you that the next day. I'm telling you what. He did a good job with these customers. Customers trusted him. They liked him. In this particular situation, unfortunately, we didn't have the exact car they wanted, but he's got their number, and they said, give me a call back, which is going to be sometime probably the next day or so. But I've seen the way he interacted with customers, and I'm telling you, if you folks are out there and you're looking for a car, you come into the store, ask for Johnny the banker. There's only one. Call on the phone, ask for Johnny the banker.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Okay, exactly. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Greg, don't steal the lines. You got to say something for me.
I promise, Steve.
That's it. But I'm telling you, get back to what I was just saying. As for Johnny the banker, I'm telling you, he's going to do whatever he's got to do. He's relentless, and having a little bit of banking background, he can make it make sense for you and help you get into the car of your choice.
One last thing, Johnny. How great is it to help people, and then when it's all said and done, hook them up with one of those TVs? How awesome is that?
It's great. I wish I could get myself one of those TVs. I've had the same TV for about 10 years.
We got a few minutes right after the show here. We can sit down, do a little credit application, pick out a car you like to drive home, and I'll throw a TV in the trunk for you.
Sounds good.
All right, so Johnny, it's a September to remember as we say goodbye to you. What do you think Steve's going to say to all these deals between now and the close of business Saturday, right here at the all-new Devon Nissan?
Just do the deal.
It's a September to remember. Sentra 159, sign and drive. Rogue 229, sign and drive. Up to $10,000 cash back. Credit amnesty, trade amnesty. Large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile.
At the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
Another guy that really loves to work here. He gets excited. He gets pumped up. He loves all the opportunities. He's a great salesman, too. People love him. We're talking about Mr. Mahaly. Come on out here, Mr. Mahaly.
20 cars a month.
20 cars a month.
20 cars a month. And listen, any of you car dealers out there that are thinking of giving him a call, think you're going to steal him, I'm telling you now. He's signed an agreement that if he's on the show and we tell him how many cars he sells, he can't go anywhere but here. Everybody can keep that stuff to yourself.
Mr. Mahaly, what do you think about this September to remember? I mean, think about this. I mean, listen. Steve said there's so many deals. I mean, think about it. I mean, any one of these could be a show in itself. I mean, Steve, let's be honest about it. $159 a month, a Sentra, sign and drive, that in itself is fabulous. Then you say, okay, well, that's a baby deal. Got the toddler deal, $229 a month on the Rogue, sign and drive. Then you've got the baby discount rebate offer of up to $5,000, which means folks could leave here with a $5,000 check. And there's some Nissans, if that weren't exciting enough, some Nissans that you can get up to $10,000 off between rebates and incentives, which means in some cases, Mahaly, some folks are going to leave here with up to $10,000 in cash back. Couple that with 0% financing on some brand new Nissans. You pick the deal you want the best. Couple that with a 55-inch TV. Hey, it's Christmas in September. I know it's a September to remember, but it's Christmas in September.
It is no way the customer's not winning with this sale going on right now. I mean, it's too many deals going on. You got low payments, you got cash back, you got big rebates, and we got TVs.
10,000?
Yeah,
Hear about the 10,000?
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, we've never had a deal like that, Steve.
We've never had a deal. Hey, can you imagine walking in? Here's your car. Here's the keys to your car. Oh, by the way, let me get your TV in the trunk. Oh, and by the way, here's another check for $10,000.
That's sweet.
What does he talk about? Financial freedom?
That is financial freedom. Courtesy of Steve. Steve's going to put you on the road to financial freedom for sure.
You can do whatever you want with that. I mean, you can fake
A
it.
lot of money. That gets me excited. You give me $10,000, I got to go down and check it out myself. Let me tell you.
Mahali, how big of an opportunity is these programs for somebody that is upside down in their trade or perhaps has a credit issue with those types of rebates and incentives and payments? How wonderful of an opportunity is it to get someone out of that car that they thought they were buried in for life, get them out of it and get them down the road and put them back on the road to financial freedom? How big of an opportunity is this?
I mean, because it's one of those things where no matter what your situation is right now, we'll be able to take care of it. We have everything all across the board, no matter whether you're upside down in your car, whether you're trying to build your credit back up, no matter what you need us to help you with, we're going to be able to do it.
All right, so Mr. Mahali, folks are watching out there. They say, I've been here, I've been there, I've heard this, I've heard that. Nobody's helped me. Mahali, they come in and see you. Can you help them and tell them why they should come check you out?
Of course, because like I say all the time, no matter what your situation is, we're going to figure it out. We're going to sit down and we're going to work together to get you rolling in a brand new vehicle. So get down here to Devon Nissan, 459 West Lancaster Ave, and we're going to take care of you.
It's a September to remember. Sentra 159, sign and drive. Rogue 229, sign and drive. Up to $10,000 cash back. Credit amnesty, trade amnesty. Large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile.
At the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is what we call the 2-minute drill. We're going to run through all the great opportunities between now and the close of business Saturday. We're almost out of time, Steve. So, the baby deal, sign and drive.
159 Sentra.
And what does Steve say to that?
Just do the deal.
The toddler deal.
The toddler deal.
The Rogue.
Hold on. The Rogue 229.
Is that a sign and drive?
That's a sign and drive.
The baby discount and rebate, $5,000. Steve, cash back, opportunity, discounts and incentives. What does Steve say to that?
Just do the deal. Don't forget to ask for your check for $5,000.
The big deal.
The big deal.
Maybe you want the vehicle that you can get with that one. Between rebates and incentives and discounts, up to $10,000 off, which means up to $10,000 cash back. Steve, what do you say about that financial freedom check? What do you say to that?
This is going to take every ounce of breath I got in my body. $10,000. Just do the deal.
In addition to that, 0% finance.
0%.
We've got a great selection of pre-owned automobiles. Don't forget, oil changes, state inspections, and emissions for the life of your vehicle. If you own it and you buy it here at the all-new Devon Nissan, it is included. In addition to that, Steve, when it's all said and done, you get a large 4K
Smart TV.
with a college diploma.
With a college diploma. I just found that out.
Included.
Included.
Now, Steve, when it's all said and done, what do you say to all these things between now and the close of business Saturday?
If you folks don't get it, it's just do the deal. It's a September to remember. Sentra 159, sign and drive. Rogue 229, sign and drive. Up to $10,000 cash back. Credit amnesty, trade amnesty. Large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile.
At the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.